everyone, welcome back, and this is my review of World Trigger Episode 5. Okay, so, am I the only one who thought that this episode went by so fucking fast? Like, from what I recall from the previous four episodes felt like they went by kind of slowly, mainly because there's not very much animation here. Because this is fucking a Toei animation, and usually for me, when there's less animation in an episode, it seems to go by a lot slower than when there's a lot of animation in the episode and there's a lot going on at all times, okay? But for me, for this episode, for some reason, it seemed like not very much happened at all, really, in this episode, okay? Like, it just went by so fucking quickly. So, I'm not sure if I'm the only one who got that, but we did get a little bit out of this episode. First off, there was the meeting with the board members of Border, or the executives of Border, and Osama, trying to figure out what to do with him, and there are some board members here that are really fucking stupid, but thankfully there are some that at least have some brains in their head and they didn't want to punish him. Not really for the reason that I would have thought of. I mean, really, isn't the purpose of Border to protect people in danger from neighbors? Like, regardless of whether you're a C rank or not, isn't that the purpose of fucking Border? Unless the executives have always had an ulterior motive for creating Border to begin with, and that's why they put restrictions on C rank Border agents, then yeah, it's like, seriously. And also, another question I have is that if they really hate it so much, if they really think that Border agents who disobey the rules are useless, then why would they care if Osama used his trigger and died? Honestly. Like, if they're really that big of fucking assholes, wouldn't they just consider that to be good or something? I mean, it's like, it brings up so many fucking questions here, really about their morality, in a way. You know, so, like, yeah. But we had that meeting, and thankfully there's a new character. I don't remember what his name is, but seems to be like a B rank, I think. And apparently he's like a really good one too. Like, he's pretty well revered, even though he's not an A rank. Okay, he's constantly hitting on the girls, so we do get a pretty good depiction of his personality in this episode too. Okay, he's constantly hitting on the girls. I think he hit on like 2 or 3 girls on his way to the meeting room. Okay, and each one of them kind of teasing him and whatnot about it. You know, it's pretty funny. Okay, but I've seen better, but it's still pretty funny. Okay, but he basically gets the permission to. He asks for it and gets the permission to basically have Osama put in his. I don't know if you call it custody, but basically he's the one who's going to be dealing with Osama. Now, I don't think I really need to worry about Osama that much if this guy is going to be the one taking care of him. Just saying, he doesn't seem like the type of guy who's just going to beat the shit out of Osama until he starts obeying the rules, or just flat out kill him. You know what I mean? So I really don't think I have to worry about Osama anymore. However, there's one reason that I do, and it's because apparently this other guy, who, not sure if he's a border agent or if he's an executive or whatnot, he looks to be around Osama's age though. Apparently, due to the differences in Treon levels, apparently is starting to figure out that Osama may not be everything that he seems, and I think he's kind of theorizing one of two things. I think he's theorizing either that Osama is a neighbor or that Osama's working with a neighbor. That the latter one's the one he actually said in the episode, but I think he might be having both in mind. Which, as far as we know, he's not a neighbor, although we do know that he's good friends with a neighbor. Okay, and he told that to the head executive. Okay, and the head executive basically just said, "Do what you want." After hearing the explanation, he basically do what you want. The neighbors are our enemies, or something along those lines. So it's very interesting here. So that's one reason right there why I do have to worry about Osama, because obviously Osama knows this and we know this. Osama didn't do jack shit against that fucking neighbor. Okay, granted, one chick didn't either. Okay, but she doesn't know who did, so she just gave Osama credit for it. Okay, but he really didn't do jack shit against it. All he did was help save people. He didn't do anything personally to actually help fight that neighbor or the other neighbor that attacked the school, which they also bring up. Okay, he didn't really do anything, so he's not really as strong as they think that he is. He's still just a C rank. I mean, he might have potential of becoming stronger, but he's still just a C rank. Okay, and he didn't do anything to take those two out. In fact, the one that attacked the school kicked his fucking ass until a Kouga stepped in there to help him out, basically. Okay, and also it seems like the board actually knows that the neighbors possess triggers as well, which tells us that the board, or that the executives probably know that the triggers originally belonged to the neighbors, and that the border agent stole the triggers from the neighbors, right? They all probably already know that. I'm going to take a wild guess here and say that the border agents do. When Kouga brought it up to that one chick, it was the last episode or the episode before that, she did look kind of shocked. I'm not sure if she looked shocked because she thought he was fucking crazy, or if she looked shocked because, she knew that because she's an A rank, and she was wondering how the hell he knew that. I'm not sure which it is, but either way, though, it's very interesting, and for that reason, I do fear for Osama a little bit. Also, I do want to talk about that one. I keep saying that one chick, one red-haired chick. I don't remember her name, but she's pretty interesting in this episode. Okay, because we get a little bit more insight on her personality. Okay, and her characterization in that she doesn't want to take credit for something that she didn't do, because even though she didn't realize who actually did it, she realized that she didn't take down that one neighbor. And in fact, if whoever it was, well, we know who it was Kouga, but she doesn't. But if Kouga didn't step in there to save her, which she doesn't know who it was, obviously, then she would have probably died, or at least been fatally wounded or seriously injured or whatever. Okay, so she actually gives that, even though she doesn't know who did it, she for some reason gives that to she puts a good word in with the executives of border on Osama that he actually did that. We don't know why she actually said that he did that, but that's actually very interesting that she's not taking credit for something that she didn't do, which I actually really like. Okay, it helps me like her character a lot more now. Like, it really does. Okay, so anyways, other than that, that's pretty much all that happened in this episode. But I thought there was a very good episode as always. Like I always say in these reviews, though, if you're expecting good animation, look elsewhere, because unless it's a fight scene, you're not going to get it, because this is animated by Kouga Animation, the animators of Sailor Moon, One Piece, and Dragon Ball Z. And many other things, but I think those are their three most notable works ever. Really. So yeah. So if you're expecting good animation, you're not going to get it unless it's a fight scene, but the art's really good, the music's really good, voice acting's really good as always, and it definitely helped advance the plot in I feel like a great way. Alright, so anyways, if you've yet to see this week's episode of World Trigger, then I definitely recommend you do. I thought it was a really good episode to help advance the plot more, and give us some more characters and a good insight on the characters that we already had and some of the new characters. And I can't wait for next week's episode. This series so far is turning out to be a really good one. So yes, but anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See, that's you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.